Hello, greetings from Aveiro in Portugal. We are very excited to share with you the first results of an experimental study entitled From Passive to Active Learning Methodologies that analyzes a transformative shift from traditional passive learning approaches to dynamic active learning activities. We begin by exploring the motivation behind our study. Next, we go through a quick look at the existing body of knowledge. Then we try to bring theory into practice as we present and discuss the implementation of active learning methodologies in a finance course. And finally, we draw out conclusions of our findings. Our study is driven by a twofold motivation. In one hand, we are compelled by the existing empirical evidence that points out the higher engagement of students and the increased consistency and effectiveness of the teaching process when active learning methodologies are implemented, especially when dealing with highly technical courses as finance, by introducing creativity and showing surprising results. On the other hand, our own personal experience made us realize that following an extended period of lockdown during the pandemic, students' interactions with the outside world were primarily mediated through screens, and consequently, our students did not sufficiently cultivate crucial soft skills, namely the ability to concentrate, manage time effectively, exercise critical thinking, engage in self-directed learning, collaborate and work in teams, or communicate effectively. In this context, we realized that changes to the teaching learning process were to be made. As we understand the learning education system, we recognize the interplay of passive and active learning. While passive learning emphasizes absorbing information, active learning engages students in critical thinking and analysis. In order to identify the main advantages of using active learning approaches when compared to more traditional passive learning methodologies, we slowly started to combine both strategies in courses of the degree in finance, which is our field of expertise. As evidence grows by research, creative methodologies have been receiving more attention from researchers. For instance, Kaufman and Beghetto highlight that these methodologies are not only associated with more reliable and effective teaching in the classroom, but also lead to increased student engagement. Studies by McConnell et al. And Delorio et al. Reinforce this idea, emphasizing the positive correlation between active learning strategies and heightened student engagement. Furthermore, Plucker et al. Suggest that such methodologies enhance students' capability to produce surprising ideas and innovative problem solutions. More recently, Ribeiro Silva et al. Found that active learning strategies contribute to the overall well-being of students, influencing their academic, physical, emotional, and social aspects of life. Before going into action, we took a dive into some of the active learning strategies, namely the ones proposed by McDonald and al., that range from concept maps to concept sketches, passing through role-playing, minute papers, or case studies and problem-based activities. We try to understand which best suits classes of such a technical field as finance, especially in the context of final year undergraduate students. Based on additional proposals from several authors and aware of the possible advantages and limitations of the different approaches, we came up with a hybrid solution to test. Although assessment typically concludes the teaching process, in our innovative approach, assessment initiates the teaching learning cycle. Students receive an evaluation proposal that comprises 2 individual written tests and 2 group assignments, each carrying distinct weightage toward the final grade. Throughout the semester, we present challenges associated with active learning methodologies. If students opt to embrace these challenges and decide to leave their comfort zone, they have the opportunity to pursue an alternative assessment path. This path allows for the partial or complete substitution of one or more of the assessment components, empowering students to decide which trajectory best suits their expectations. As us et al. Conclude, this kind of approach fosters maturity and contributes to shape students' mindsets. In order to encourage active learning engagement, several challenges were put forward. For instance, prepare a class workshop on a course-related subject not deeply explored in class, present a real-world application of a subject discussed in class on a theoretical basis, engage students in quick problem-solving activities using all available information within a short time frame, incorporate storytelling techniques, adding a narrative dimension to the learning experience, replace traditional assessments with interactive online resources like quizzes, or creatively compile and present the news of the day in order to enhance global awareness. These challenges aim to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, and so to contribute to a dynamic and engaging learning environment are briefly illustrated in the next slides. Here, we may find a support material developed by a group of 2 students that accepted the challenge to prepare a workshop of 90 minutes on the theme of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. This slide illustrates a group activity where students were asked to discuss and present a solution to a real problem related to personal finance and management. A simpler but effective activity is to solve exercises through a quiz framework like Kahoot. Here are the statistics of one of the quizzes that students engaged on. One particularly interesting activity was the news of the day. Some of the students were impressively creative when presenting their news, raising awareness for the theme and being able to establish an in-class discussion on themes on the agenda of the day. Those first 10 minutes of each class were filled with podcasts, interviews, coffee talks, theaters, radio and TV shows, WhatsApp talks, and newspapers created on Canva. Concluding, our exploration into combined active and passive learning approaches yields powerful insights. The integration of both strategies not only seems to heighten students' awareness of real-world relevance, but also fosters a deeper comprehension of the subjects. This integration empowers students to pinpoint areas for growth, cultivating self-drive and transforming them into proactive and self-sufficient learners. Our findings underscore that a combined approach enhances the overall learning journey, resulting in improved outcomes. Beyond academic achievements, it instills valuable skills and a reinforced sense of purpose in students' academic interests. For all the exposed, there are exciting prospects for future exploration. We plan to extend this study by conducting a more in-depth analysis using Scopus and WASP bibliographic databases. This is not only aimed to enhance our current results, but also expose us to the most recent literature. Insights gained will inform future applications and contribute to the ongoing development of the theme. Additionally, we aim to explore the connections among learning experiences, interpersonal skills, and the well-being of both students and teachers. This holistic approach will provide a more comprehensive understanding of the impact of active learning on the entire educational ecosystem. Thank you for your attention. Hope you have found our study both informative and inspiring. Until the next time.